From Imo State, police out against officer extorting motorists. On education, students loan poly to enslave Nigerian students. That's from ASU. On health, Kayamo explain conditions of airport toilets chillers. These are the issues we'll be looking at today. When we return from this short break, I will introduce my guests for today's show. But do remember that you can join us on all our media platforms, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TV Network 1, Atlantic TV Net. You can also watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. We return after this short break. Of course, those little theft is gradually coming to an end for discovering the major sites.
There are so many illegal refineries around. Even as at yesterday, at night, we noticed one. It was which area, and the vehicle that just moved, the speed he moved, we perceived this illegal bunker, because if they pass you...
That's illegal oil?
Oil, yes.
How do you know it's illegal?
Because even immediately they left, the next thing we saw a police van that followed. Because we just turned and looked, police van followed. And after which, close to Atlantic Junction, they were apprehended. But what beats my imagination was after the whole set and done, the police operative that caught these guys demanded for ransom, and the guys, not up to 2 minutes, they left.
How did you know they demanded for ransom? Did you follow them up? Did you? Were you there? You actually followed the van to get to know what was going on?
When they passed, and to my dismay, I was like,
you
happy.
Felt it.
I was happy that they caught. So I was waiting to see the outcome. So of which I stood also. Next thing, and they had a close rapport, and the guys came back and happily, and they left.
So that is what I'm asking. Does it mean that with what has happened? Because I know I have a guest here, Mpon, that said that oil theft in the Niger Delta will never come to an end because the people behind it are not. They have not discovered those behind this illegal oil bunkering. And then now they have gotten the major sites and they've dismantled it. So does that mean that this is gradually coming to an end? Now, is there possibility?
Now, first of all, what are the parameters for identifying that that's the major sites? In the Niger Delta region, we have so many sites. Go to the creeks, go to the rivers, you see so many sites. Some of them, if you see their drums, is bigger than this place, like warehouse. So how are they carried? So saying that, let me be optimistic here. We have what they have seen, or what they have seen is 2% compared to what we have. So But I believe if the government puts in more as this bunker activity in the state would lie low, because looking at the havoc this bunker activity gives to as citizens, it's uncalled for. Looking at the pollution from the lithosphere, atmosphere, or applaud them for the step that they've done, but they should also put in more arsenals to recover other sites and stop this in total.
All right, so we are here to provide solution to problems and not just to...
At the sites, will not stop it. The sponsors will still recruit more persons. So if we can get the sponsors, get the owners of these dumps, because they call it dumps, owners of these bunker sites, these dumps, if you can get them and make sure that these things they don't exist, then secondly you eradicate those dumps. Either you make those dumps, those you can turn it into what is a learning environment. The government should take over those dumps and build schools. And once they build schools, they find out that those dumps, they cannot use those dumps again.
In the forest?
Not see
to build schools in the forest.
Listen, these places are not really forests.
What are there?
If you've gone to the sites, you see the sites. So they are there viewing you, seeing you when you come. If a government agent, they will see you first. Then if they want to take away, they take it. So at Awuda, no, it is not that far distance from the communities, from where the inhabitants are. It is not too far. So we can build things, build structures there that will hinder these guys from coming, because when they see that people are there, or a structure is there that is owned by government, they will not want to come there and do anything. So when you apprehend the sponsors, you build the instruction. Not that you apprehend the country and you leave that place, they will still come back again. Even if not those same sponsors, others will still utilize the site. Use the site, seize it, let it become a government-owned property. And the government, apart from schools, they can also build other things in this place. Maybe healthcare center and others. In that place, maybe markets and others. So before you know that, this point becomes will totally become an avenue for trade, merchandise, education, and all that. So if they can get these things done, we'll have some good outcome.
All right. We hope that, of course, definitely that they know what you are saying. Let's say they're hearing you, and they're actually going to do something about it. But I know that before government erects any edifice somewhere, it has to. But again, we will say congratulations to the security operatives for doing the needful, doing their jobs.
Yes.
All right, the next one is still from Rivers State. The Rivers State Police Command arrested 13 suspects, including 4 soldiers and an NSCDC officer, for hijacking and diverting food truck. The arrest followed an investigation into a burglary at the private warehouse in Elimbo community or Abiakbo local government area. Initial suspects included a Nigerian Army corporal and an NSCDC officer. The investigation revealed that these security agents abandoned their post to commit crimes in Rivers State. The police uncovered a large ring involved in hijacking trailers with goods such as fertilizers, clothing, and POP cement, recovering stolen items and Toyota Hilux used in their operation. Wow. Africa, this is a serious problem, because we know that the reason we have security personnel there is for them to protect lives and property. So the same set of individuals are now the one involved in this kind of a criminal activity. And it is a good thing that they have been arrested, and of course they're going to face the right punishment, will be prosecuted. But what do you think about these issues I mean, we don't know where to start from because we are still waiting for more investigation to come up, because there's every tendency that some of them could actually go in this uniform and not really who we think they are. But for now that the story said that it's security operatives that are involved in this act, what do you think? What's your take? Is this an issue of hardship that caused this one?
My lamenting tenor here is, why will a security personnel be involved in this? A security personnel that ought to fight against this is now involved. Not just one person, security personnel, 2, 3, and not just only this person. It's just an eye opener to others.
Yeah.
That are hidden. So my concern is that, why will a security personnel be involved in this? Now, there's no justification to what maybe a hardship or that to warrant or prompt a security personnel or an individual to be involved in a criminal act. Now, and why the reason why they are scaling through, because most persons think that in perpetrating their malicious acts, that involving a security personnel in front in a vehicle will give them a smooth sail. Like if they're moving a smooth sail for them to do what they have in mind. But that is not that is too awkward. That is too deteriorating to our society, that we have security personnel who are involved in this. So I don't look at any rational personnel is involved in such act. It is too bad.
Of course, we also know that there is one thing about checkpoints, all right? Before places have been appointed, and is it that they do not have a patrol van that actually checkmates these people to know if indeed they're doing their duty or not? Because what we have here is that they do leave their duty post to go and do all of this sort, because if it is the first time, all of those items that are recovered would not be there, but it's not their first time they have been doing this. That they have been into this for a long time.
Ima, to be frank with you, in the force system, there is no check and balance. I must put it to you, there is no check and balance in the force system. Because if you see what the Nigerian police are doing out there, the extortion they extort from drivers, motorists, a broad daylight, a policeman will stand gallantly, will not want to check, want to check if this driver that is offering a peanut in his car will be after hours. Now you see that there's no check and balance. There's nothing that's checkmating this force personnel. Because first of all, if at their duty post, are they really after crime? Are they against crime or aftermath of crime? So the IG...
Ms. Africa, you know that soldiers are one of those set of persons that they respect so much, because they don't just take things for granted. But it's a policeman that arrested these people. A police arresting a soldier because of crime. So obvious that it is not alleged crime. So is a policeman that you are trying to talk down that arrested a soldier?
Okay.
So don't you, is it that the whole system is completely corrupt?
Ima, the whole system is corrupt per se. But I'm also looking at, because you know, a coin has two sides. I'm also looking at the reason why the policemen are even bringing this to book, to them to say let there be an evaluation, and then let there be an appraisal to them that they've done this for this. But my dear, behind the scene, if you see what is happening behind the scene, the soldiers and the police, the ratio is 10-90.
How do you mean?
Yes. Now, if or if soldiers apprehend you, and if they look at your issue, that is the issue, they will drill there. You'll be drilled and they will let you go. They are not after your penalty funds. Okay. But if a policeman catches you, no matter the offense, they are after they are just after the funds and so you go. So if you look at the corrupt nature in the Nigerian police force and the Nigerian army or any of the of the force, watch, if a soldier man calls you, if a soldier man calls a motorist man, and the motorist will answer the soldier.
All right, now talking about corruption, let's look at this story from Imo State. The Imo State Police Command, led by Commissioner Boki Danjuma, is cracking down on unprofessional conduct among its officers. Its action follows a video showing Inspector Isong Uswada from the Counter-Terrorism Unit in Owerri on the Owerri-Onitsha Express Road. The earning officer will be demoted after a disciplinary committee review, and the officer in charge of the unit has been summoned for the lack of supervision, to professionalism, integrity, and public trust, and stress warning against extortion or misconduct. I had to bring this story because you just talked about police extorting. And I remember that 2 months ago, the federal government actually increased the wages of police, also other security agents. And then, but it seems that nothing has happened about that. Some of them still prefer that which they extort from people than their salary, because a lot of them will say, how much are they paying policemen? That is why they keep doing what they do. Like, that is what people will always say, that is what police people they talk about us, which is, well, we are not certain about that yet, but with the story we have here, one will say that because they have increased at least their salaries, that they are not supposed to be extorting money, and of course it will be demoted. So what's your take on that?
Even the Bible says, he that is not faithful in little will not be faithful in much. In police officers that have this corrupt mindset in them, even if their salaries are increased to 2 billion naira per month, they will prefer the one that they take from the state, because I am saying it is that it is an innate affair, a cognitive reason, is a purposeful ideology. That it is not just because I see no reason whereby you have been paid some thousands, some huge thousands at the end of the month, and these motorists, they get their money on daily basis, but you prefer this 100 naira, 200 naira that you collect from them against your salary that is huge. So and with that little corrupt mindset, that bribery, you are not able to look at the rudiments that you are supposed to do at your checkpoints. So I believe it's not. There should be a total revamping in the system, restructuring in the system. The IG of police should look inward to his men, to look inward, because the character, the perceived notion which these police persons, these policemen are showcasing, are building about the police officers is deteriorating, is fermented, is uncalled for. So they should also look. And now, if a sanction should be given to one person, in that I am against it.
You are against them?
Yes, my take on this should be the police persons on duty that day should be let go.
Are you going to punish everybody?
Yes, because it's a collective effort. It's a collective effort. Ima, let's say, Ima, if we are together, on a scene, and one person is doing an illegal job, it means that we are spearheading that. They are accomplished. The police people should know this thing that I'm saying. That in a crime scene, in a scene of crime, that anybody that is found around there is an accomplice. So this other person, they are accomplice. So they should also be also be victimized also, because they are spearheading that. The persons on duty that day, that this thing is done, this crime is achieved. The person, all of them should do what? Should face the sanction, not just the man there. Then the IPO or the DPO who sends these men to the, also should also be checkmated and should given a sound warning. But those persons on duty, first of all, on that scene, in that checkpoint, that roadblock, should be, all of them should face the consequences.
Do you think it would be unfair to demote all the policemen on duty that day because of one person's crime?
It is not one person's, it's a collective crime.
Why did you say it's collective?
I am putting it to the world, I'm putting it to them that it's a collective crime. Emma, if we are together, if I don't like what you do, I will put it to you. They know what is happening.
But before they talked about demoting Mr. Isong, Officer Isong, it means that due invited out, and then they realized that it was just him, on whether others were on duty too. But he's the one that committed the crime.
Ima, you cannot say, they cannot tell me that at the scene of this crime, that they did not see him collecting, that it is just only one money that this man collected. Let's just say just only 100 naira that he collected and he was caught. No, he has been, motorists have been passing, they've been collecting, and they will not say they did not see him taking from others. No, and he was not stopped. If they have stopped him, this issue wouldn't have come. So all of them, I am putting it to the IG of police that all of them in that scene, they are accomplished. So they should face the warrant. If this man is demoted off, the other person should be suspended for a year without salary. Yes, they should be put behind the bars.
And you think that is going to actually bring an end to the issue of extortion?
No, it will not. It may not bring an end, but it will serve as a means to an end.
Okay.
What I mean that as a means to an end is that others also will take note that if we are together on a duty post at a checking point, and if one goes down, we are also going down. Yes. If one is apprehended, we are also doing it. So others will guide against it. They'll say, no, please, don't. And once everybody's saying don't, then we are getting it right. But when you say you want to apprehend that is only the man that is caught at the act that is a thief, then others will say, well, if I'm able to scale to then I'm not a thief.
But you'd have to put allegation on people based on a mere assumption. You have to be certain that this has happened. So I think it would be unfair to punish these people without knowing, because it's not all of them that would report it, just one person.
Ima, I am saying, Ima, we are seated together. You and I, we are here together. And if your iPad lost now, or maybe you are 3 and your iPod lost, who will you be looking for one person? Because it's a collective effort. It's a collective effort. So the person's on, that's what I'm saying.
Then when they finally found out that the person that stole the iPad is in a particular office, are you going to punish everybody in the building because of that one person?
Ima, it's the same thing I am saying now, that this other person, the main suspect should, the sanction that they're giving him is okay, but the other person also should face 1 year suspension without pay. Let them feel a glimpse of their collective intentions.
All right.
They should not be dropped, but 1 year without pay. And because I know every man is guiding against his wages and salary. So if anything that touches his salary will also feel it. And also it will also serve
as a deterrent.
As a deterrent to others.
All right. Okay, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network.
Corruption not in my country.
Driver, why you just dey jack us up and down like this now?
I hope nobody carry belle.
Why you ask oh?
Because this road where they see so, it no guarantee safe delivery.
We just dey vote for government, but we not get good governance.
At all.
Road so e no dey. lie to Usa. The infrastructure it can't turn to be forbidden fruit for the city.
Corruption, spoil everything. Hello?
Hello, madam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Mrs. Ayeni. I am calling from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs.
Okay. Okay, I've been expecting your call.
Madam, remove this your phone from loudspeaker.
No vex. Now my phone be like that. Hello?
Are you there?
I hear, I'm hearing you.
Yes. We saw a copy of your invoice for computers, printers, and laptops.
Yes. Are you working on them now?
Ma, the prices you quoted are way too high now.
Madam, sorry, please don't cost.
We found the laptop you said is 1.8 million naira for 600,000 naira.
Hello?
Now my body network there.
I can't hear you. Network is bad.
Madam, we can hear you. Continue.
Hello, I can't hear you. I will call you back. Now this kind behavior they kill our country. You suppose do things differently. Make Nigeria for better.
Corruption not in my country.
This message is brought to you by the Akin Fadeyi Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
Corruption not in my country.
What you want to buy?
Potato. Small basket.
I want plantain. But why your plantain can't hard like this?
Madam, now the outside hard. Inside there, it is very soft.
Madam, wallahi make her no buy am. Make her show you something. What? What in be this one? Madam, this one now the chemical where they put on for the plantain make her ripe up.
So you dey put chemical for plantain where people go chop?
No water, no be chemical.
Water. You know say Pela I don't can say water and not be enemy. Drink am.
Where you collect that water, drink am.
I just stop finish. See my belly. After it don't big. I just stop drink water finish.
Make her drink am. Wait, you drink am now. I dey sell am plantain, I go come put am for chemical because I want to make a ripe go. That's why I talk now corruption. Corruption. Not be for this kaswa, come not be for this country. Now me take am.
Corruption not in my country.
This message is brought to you by the Akin Fadeyi Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
And with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. And now the rest of our stories on education. The Academic Staff Union of University Calabar Zone criticized the federal government's student loan program, describing it as a means to enslave students and keep them perpetually in debt. The loan initiatives, which opened recently, saw over 3,700 applicants from students. As zonal chairperson Dr. Happiness Uduak argued that instead of loans, the government should provide subvention to higher institutions to improve education. Uduak highlighted the irony of those who benefited from the scholarships and subsidies now imposing loans on students, as to urge the government to renegotiate terms for university lecturer salaries, qualification of underfunded universities. The union also called for a swift resolution to the ongoing minimum wage negotiations. I spoke with my guest yesterday. Anyways, this is from Calabar. They are saying that this student loan is to enslave Nigerian students. That is not too good because they're going to put them in perpetual debt. And I know my guest said yesterday when we had this show that confidence is said that the federal government is not doing the right thing by bringing these loans because he's not sure that they've put measures that they will take it back. And of course, that is not the case here. This has lingered since last year, June, and they have implemented it now. Some students are happy about it, while majority are not excited about this. So what do you think about students' loans? Do you think the government is not towing the right path, or you think that this is going to keep students in perpetual debt?
Ima, I want to ask the federal government just one question.
Okay.
Do you give loan to your child? Yes. Or you dash, or you do give away to your child? Do you give loan to your child? Let's say, for example, I have a son that is five years, and I am instead of me to feed him, I say I'm loaning you. Then you pay back. No, you don't give loan to students.
What do?
You empower them for the greater future. Now, if the government, the people that benefited from scholarship, free education, some of them went to universities that even up to their meal, a lecturer was telling me the other day that up to his meal at the University of Lagos in the 80s, that their meals in the body house, they ate free meals, free school fees, scholarships. Up to his master's and PhD, he was on scholarship. And this same set of persons are now in a position of, when they enjoy scholarship, they are giving loans. So what do they expect from the people who collected loans? And when they become lecturers, what would they do?
Do you know the economic downturn of that time and now is...
And are we also envisaging the economic downturn of future to come? Yes. If you enjoyed free education and now you're selling it, not just selling it, you're giving out loans, then the people that will benefit from these loans, no. Are you looking at the future of what, when they will be at the head of affairs, what they will do to their own children? No, it's uncalled for. It is an error on the part of the government giving out loans to students. I'm against it in total. I'm against it. Why will you give loan to students? Someone who has not seen his future, you're giving him loan. Loan for what? Loan to go to school? Have we heard of this in why in Nigeria? My problem in Nigeria is that why are we not copying the good part in what is happening in the Western world? There are so many things going on in the Western world. In the Western world, education is sweet, is benevolent. Education is interesting. Education is mind blowing. You see people going to having education. In fact, their books and everything is good. But here in Nigeria, education is a mayhem. Education here is downgrading. Education in Nigeria is something you don't want to, you wish you have. And now, this same person, that children are going to schools abroad. Yes, the children are going to private universities, and now the poor masses. God.
Okay, I remember when you started talking, you asked the federal government a question: do you give your children loan? Remember, you say your.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then you're also saying something now. This same set of persons, their children are in abroad.
Yes.
They didn't give them loan.
Yes.
Like yesterday, we saw the president's wife said that about 1.2 million students will participate, will partake in this, will be the first phase of this students' loan scheme. So are you expecting the federal government to give, because of course you know that in Nigeria, students are more than 10 million. So are you expecting the federal government to foot all these bills without anything in return?
Sorry, Ingma, I want to ask you a question. Is the federal government, are they into business? Do they do business to get gain? That's one on one part. Now, this loan is even making me to trigger, because even even in our government-owned universities, the cost of school fees is high. University in River State, University said no school fees, no exam policy.
Yeah,
no
I saw that.
Yes, no school fees, no exam. And my annoyance is that are we telling the younger generation not to go to school?
But are you supposed to go through school without paying fee? Yes, they said even though now they're saying that education is not for the poor masses anymore because of the hike in so many things. But were you expecting to go through school without paying fee?
Emma, is there any person that want to adventure into university that will not have in mind that he or she will pay school fees?
But did they do wrong by saying no school fee, no exam?
Very wrong. What? Listen, now you're saying no school fees, no exam. Allow the child to write his exam. If you're saying no school fees, no results, okay. That's reasonable, that's rational. But you're telling me no school fees, no exam. Sometimes if the person have read so much, the person have attended classes up to 70%, 90%, this person should not write exam. So and the person should come back. So
so you think they're not fair enough to allow you go through lessons without payment?
Not even fair. They have never been fair. Not if you say not fair enough, it means that they were fair at a point and now they are not. They are never fair. With this policy, they are never fair. Never. When I mean never means
by teaching you without school fees are not fair.
No. Now, these same persons that came to school, they registered, right? Which means there was a willingness in them. They paid for post-term. They did some level of registration, which means they have something has left them. Some level of sacrifice have left their coffers, hoping that they will pay. And now, even within them, some persons have paid. It is in the greed of Nigerians. I'm putting it to you, it is in the greed of Nigerians. The greed of these same persons who enjoyed free school fees, free scholarship, free up to the essence, some of them in their articles and in their publications, that's what is paying for them. So I'm aware.
So don't you think that's why the federal government came up with this idea of students' loans so that they can be able to scale through, and then when you start working, maybe you pay back?
But both the federal government and the universities, they are getting it wrong. They know what they are doing. The level at which Nigerians we are suffering today is as a result of the federal government and the universities. Put me. Yes. Put me anywhere. The persons at the end of affairs, is it not the professors that are bringing them to play? Yes. The returning officers during elections are professors now in the states. The president and the governors, they are professors. That are the returning officers that bring them. That means they've checkmate them before they put them as NEC chairman and all that. These are because they feel that they are learned. So when you bring in quack into the business, and you too also, because of your primitive mindsets, because of your greed, now you enjoyed scholarships. You enjoyed up to some of them. Their books that they're writing is being sponsored by TED Fund. I'm aware. I know what I'm saying. Let them quote me wrong. That the articles that they publish, the lectures, the articles that they publish that are not being funded by TED Fund. Let them quote me wrong anywhere. TED Fund put all the articles, their publications, their books, up to their books writing, even the conferences that they attend, even money for themselves. It is being sponsored by TED Fund. They apply for TED Fund and TED Fund gives to them. This is not a loan. They're giving them cash, bulk money to go for this. Then when it comes to the student, they say no school fees, no exam policy. No school fees, no exam. And they're even giving it a name that it is a policy. And after that, you're not giving them loan. That means you don't want the children of the peasants, of the poor masses to go to school. Emma, it is really die-hearted. It is wickedness. It is wickedness in the part of the federal government. It is wickedness in the part of the universities. And it is wickedness in the part of the vice chancellors of all these universities, both private universities, state-owned universities and federal state universities. So it is wickedness on their part.
So your advice is that students should not apply for this loan because it's not okay?
My advice is that students, if I have my way. One student should not apply for this loan. The federal government should give out a routine. If it's 10,000 naira that the federal government want to share out to all the students, they should share it around to them. And let it be on record that there have been a time in this country where students enjoy those days. We are enjoying bursary. Where is bursary? Where is bursary? There's no more bursary again. When I was in year 1, the former governor of River State, wrote me a message, paid bursary of which I enjoyed. Up to date, in River State, students have not seen bursary. Those days it was 10,000, but it was we cherished it. Today I am telling you, for the past 8 years, 9 years in River State, nobody, no student, let the student come out. I was a past student union leader in River State, not president of all River State students. I am telling you from what I know, that no student have enjoyed bursary in this state and other states. So let the government, these are the things they should do, help the masses. My concern is that, let there be a, see, Emma, the society I am envisaging for, I am of the Marxism ideology, that there should be no class, everybody should be equal. Yes.
So don't you think that looking at the present economy, of course, you are very much aware of the subsidy removal, which is affecting almost everything. Don't you think that the federal government is doing this, a temporal stuff to assist students, instead of a majority of them staying at home? Because if you see the number of out-of-school children, I mean, we have, even students, we have up to 2 point something based on the statistic that we have. So don't you think there's a way forward?
Emma, listen. If you listen to the news of loots that are happening in this country, billions, you'll be hearing billions. You will not hear thousands. You'll be hearing billions. Sometimes you ask yourself, do we have this kind of money in this country? Yes. Do we have this kind of money in this country? If you listen to loots, different colors of loots. I'm using the word color. Because it is no more amount again, it is now color, different colors of loot. You'll be asking yourself, do we have this kind of money in this country? And if we have this kind of money in this country, how have we been able to touch the lives of these people?
Well, let's just look at this other story. Wow, Mr. Africa, I understand your pains. But let's look at this. Aviation Minister Festus Kayamo explained the poor condition of toilets and chillers at Nigerian International Airport, attributing it to bureaucrats' mismanagement. Speaking at a press briefing for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration phase anniversary, Kayamo announced plans to occasion the management of the 5 international airports to top private companies globally. He emphasized the bureaucracy cannot effectively manage public utilities, and that privatization will ensure professionals and efficient airport management. Kayamo assured that the occasion praise would be transparent to address these issues. We are talking about airports here. Is this something that should actually come up on news? I'm just asking because, of course, you know the price of things that are going, price of things that are actually on the high. And again, airports, we know that flights for one person is very expensive, and they're talking about toilets, like they can't fix toilets, saying because there is no transparency, no accountability. I mean, what is that supposed to mean?
Emma, you see the level of, I don't want to use the word greed, the level of wickedness in this country is becoming somehow. How will you tell me that in airports that there's no convenience for people? So, and okay, if there's no convenience of people, now if you look at, there was a time in where local flights was 20,000 in this country. When I mean local flight, it means from Port Harcourt to Lagos, Abuja, 20,000. If I tell you the amount,
it has gotten 310
within the country,
and they don't have a good confidence.
And you tell you're putting it on me. Yes, you're putting it on me now that they don't have a good confidence. So where's those money going to? Yes,
that is the question that Kayamo needs to answer.
The Minister of Aviation, he has checked around the world. There's nothing, there's no project he can handle. He starts. Let him forget about it. If there's no toilet in the aviation system, there shouldn't be. In fact, they don't merit it. Yes, if the aviation system does not have good toilets, they don't need it. Let's say something else. on this, there's not what do you want to say? Let them use that money for local toilets. Let them build it in the rural communities. We need toilets in the rural communities. There's some person that are doing a short put in the rural communities. Let them use that money for this. They want to restructure new toilets in the evacuation system or what? This is an avenue to loot. We know these tricks. The federal government should tell us new tricks. This particular one is not achievable.